History is in the Bible. What happened was when the white man restricted us from reading and writing for over 300 to 400 years, they was teaching us that they was God. They was teaching us how they wanted us to know the Bible. That's why you never heard this before, but we don't have, all of us got Bibles and we don't been to church before. The white man has taught us through religion, don't read that part of the Bible. When we talk about this, it make white people feel some type of way and they don't want to feel that way. It's called white fragility. They don't want us to talk about slavery. We talk about slavery now, they say you're a racist. We don't hate white people. We just gonna tell the truth about what they done to us.
I asked this gentleman here, we were talking on why when we put in 400 years of slavery.
On why we was put on 400 years of slavery, okay. Give me Deuteronomy 28. That's good. So that's what we teach. And we wasn't taught this in the church. This would change my life when I heard it. When I understood who I was, it changed my life. And y'all knew me from my past life, and y'all know the change that I made, right? So, when I heard this, I had to stop and ask myself, actually, I was doing a parole violation. And I was in there, and I said, I'm gonna read this Bible from the front to the back myself, because I've been going to church with my mom now all my life, and I never actually read the Bible for myself. And when I started to sit down and I read the Bible, I started at Genesis, I started to see something happening over and over and over and again. And what I seen happen was, it was a group of people that God had chosen, and every time they messed up, God would throw them into slavery. Every time they would be disobedient, God would chastise them. So I'm laying there on my bunk, I'm like, maybe we these people. And I kept studying, I kept reading. So when I got out, this was in 2013, 14, when I got out, I went and punched it up on the computer. I said, I want to know what the Israelites look like. Because I was thinking it was going to show a picture. I didn't know what was going to pop up. I went to my mama's house and I typed it up. And what popped up on the screen was brothers on the street and classrooms of people teaching this, exactly what God was revealing to me when I was reading the Bible, that we had to be these people, but we wasn't being taught that. And that was my first, like, why ain't the churches teaching us this? Why ain't why haven't I learned who I was? Because if I ask you, Tammy, like, what's your nationality, what would you tell me? Like, looking at this, like, first if I ask you, what is your nationality, what would you tell me?
African American.
You'll say African American. Did you know that the word Africa comes from a white man by the name of Scipio Africanus? He conquered Hannibal in the Second Punic Wars. He conquered that land, and when he conquered those black people, this was the white man. He called that land Africa. The word America comes from America Vespucci. He was with Christopher Columbus there. All right, he was an Italian map maker, and he helped them get on this side of the earth. And when he conquered this side of the earth, he named it America. That's why you got North, Central, and South America. They were Spaniards. Do we descend from two white people? We don't. If we're not African American, what do they call us? They call us black. Black is just a color in a crayon box. Are we black? Are we the same color? Our hair, eyebrow? We're not the same color. We're not black. So why do they call us? Huh? Now you brown. You paper sack brown. Anybody got a paper sack?
Don't do it like that. Maybe relapse. Okay.
Paper sack brown. Okay, so we've been called these names. We never been called who we really are. Before we was called black, we was called Negroes. Negro just means black. When we got the slave ship, they said Negroes for sale. They never tell us who we are. So when I read in the Bible and found out who we are, it helped me understand why things were happening on earth. Why do people hate us for no reason? I just started to wake up on why we're going through what we're going through as a people. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to show it to you out of the Bible. I'm just giving you a quick synopsis of what I'm going to go over. It's showing our people that who we are. I'm going to show you that slavery was in the Bible and slavery was Bible prophecy. God told us thousands of years ago that if we done something, we were going to be living how we living today. And I want to show it to you in the Bible. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So this is Moses speaking to the children of Israel way back then. We had to go to the front of the Bible to understand the Bible. when we in the Christian church, they always start us with Jesus. They start us with the New Testament, with Matthew. That's why when you go into the Baptist church, they say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But they don't tell us the history of Jesus. They don't tell us who Jesus' people is. You see what I'm saying? So you got to go to the beginning of the book to understand the whole book. You can't start a movie at the end of the movie and expect to understand it. Or you can't open up a book and start at the end of the book and think you understand the book. You can't. And that's what Christianity have taught us to do. All right? Come on.
But it shall come to pass.
It said, but this is going to happen in the future.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
He said if we don't listen to God, listen.
To observe to do all his commandments.
Look, he said if y'all don't do everything God say do.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
He said all these curses are curses, good things or bad things. Bad things. He said if y'all don't do what I say do, I'm your children. You're my children. Just like you got daughters. All right? You got daughters. And you tell your daughter, if you don't do what I say do, what's going to happen? You're getting the ass whooping. It is what it is. You're getting that ass whooped. We got plenty of them. You see what I'm saying? God told us the same thing. If you don't do what I say do, he said all these curses, those curses are going to be your butt whooping. Right. Now, how long you keep whooping your kids if they keep messing up, right? The only way to stop getting a whooping is what? Do right. So pay attention.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Verse 16, cursed shalt thou be in the city.
All right, so here go the curses. He said, you don't do what I say do. The first curse is you're going to be cursed in the city. Right. So it don't matter if you in Nashville. It ain't going to matter if you in Atlanta, right. You in Jackson, you in Humboldt, right. You in Trenton, you in Mount. Look, it don't even matter. Wherever you go, the Israelites is going to be there and they're going to be cursed at the bottom of society. Right. Cursed shall thou be in the city and where else?
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Hey, hold this up for me so you can get a visual. Alright. So cursed shall thou be in the city and cursed shall thou be in the field. This happened to us. Our foremothers and grandmothers were cursed in the city and in the field. You understand? This was Bible prophecy for our disobedience. This was our whooping from God. All right? We endured over 300, 400 years of this mess. You understand? We still here today. All right? Come on.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
All right, curse should be our basket and our store. Our basket is something you put something in. We don't have nothing to put nothing in as a people, and we don't own the stores in our community. We only own a few stores. They'll give us food trucks. They'll give us little tents to sell lemonade in. Where are our restaurants? Where is our cheddar? Where is our, give me some restaurant names. Ruby Tuesday. Yeah, Ruth Chris Steakhouse. We don't have that as a people. But you got to ask yourself, out of all these black millionaires, that's a chauffeur, Tweety. That's a horn. So out of, come on through, brother. Come on through. You good? Out of all the black millionaires we got, why don't we have our own grocery stores? Out of all these rappers, NBA players, actors, NFL players, we don't have nothing because we are in a curse. Alright? Curse should be thy basket and thy store. We don't even own the stores in our community anymore. Back in the 80s, we owned the stores in our community. They started diminishing in the 90s. We didn't know what was going on. Walmart came in town. Before you know it, there wasn't no more Agnew store. There wasn't no more Rose & Co. Wesson. It wasn't nothing. They came and they took everything. It was a curse. Come on.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land.
All right, the fruit of our body is our children and our land. Give me verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Remember, this happened to us during slavery. Our sons and daughters was given into another people, which was our Caucasian people. This happened to us. This is in the Bible. This is how we know that we are these people. Our sons and daughters were given. That was our great-great-grandparents. We are the descendants of these people. Our sons and daughters was given into another people. Come on.
And thine eyes shall look.
And we was going to look and see it being done, Tammy.
And fell with longing for them.
And we was going to cry. And we was going to want our children back. We was going to want our big mama back. We was going to want Papa back. But God said what?
all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
But it wasn't going to be no power in our hands to get what? To do what? To get our children back. Right. It's like that today. If the DHS, DCS, child, CPS, whatever, they can come take our kids whenever they want to, if they wanted to, and tell you to come back and get them Monday. It ain't no power, ain't nothing you can do about it. That's how you know we these people. Give me verse, was that it on that? All right, give me verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with...
So the Lord was going to bring us back into slavery again, but this time we was going to go how?
With ships.
On cargo slave ships. Our history is in the Bible. But what happened was, when the white man restricted us from reading and writing for over 300 to 400 years, they was teaching us about God. They was teaching us that they was God. They was teaching us how they wanted us to know the Bible. That's why you never heard this before, but we don't have, all of us got Bibles and we don't been to church before. Because the white man has taught us through religion, white supremacy. Don't read that part of the Bible. The Old Testament done away with. They say all this crazy stuff. But we're reading our history out of the Bible that we was going to be brought back into Egypt on cargo slave ships. That's right. All right? The transatlantic slave trade was real. It happened to us for our disobedience to God. Right. So it's going into your question you asked, why did this happen? Because we was disobedient to our Heavenly Father, and He caused these things to happen to us. Come on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
All right, we came over here on cargo slave ships. That's history. This is why they're trying to take the Bible. That's why they're taking the Bible out of the school, and now they're trying to take slavery, teaching about black history, real black history, out of the school system. It's called critical race theory. Because when we talk about this, it makes white people feel some type of way, and they don't want to feel that way. They get fragile. It's called white fragility. They don't want us to talk about slavery. We talk about slavery now, they say you're a racist. And don't talk about that. You can't do that, and you hate white people. No, we don't hate white people. We just gonna tell the truth about what they done to us, and we correlating it with the Bible, and that's what they don't like. All right, come on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Saying that we wasn't going to see our homeland as a people no more again. All right, that happened to us. Come on.
And there.
It says, and there, when you got off the slave ship, Tammy, Tweety, listen.
Ye shall be sold.
We was going to be what?
Sold.
Let me ask you, who sold us when we got off the slave ship?
Bring it out.
White people, right? That's just history. There's nothing hatred about it, right? Now listen what God said. We was going to be what?
And ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
We're going to be sold into our enemies. This is why they keep us at the bottom. This is why they won't allow us to only go so far in life. This is why we got all these black millionaires. The only thing we glorify in is big rims, big cars, nice houses, materialistic things. But as far as letting us have anything to exceed above them, they would never do it. They would. I don't care how much we vote or nothing. They're not going. They didn't bring us over here to exceed above them. That's why the U.S. Constitution, they say we only 3/5 of a man. It's still in their Constitution to this day. They don't look at us as being human. You know, some of them, you know, they think that they're going to use Christianity to make us love them. And I'm not telling nobody to hate them. We work with them and stuff like that, but you got to know the truth on who we are, and this is what they don't want you to know. And they have taught every Christian church not to never teach you who you are. They tell you it doesn't matter who you are. You are who I tell you are. You are African American. You don't know that you are Israelite. All right. If you look on the sign, look at the other sign right quick. You put that one down. You see African American black. You the tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? According to your father. Hold it up. The tribe of Judah, that's the head tribe. We the Jews, all right? We are the real Jews of the Bible. You understand? The white man who say he's Jewish, he's not the Jew. He took our heritage and called us niggers, black, colored, African Americans. The Jewish people who own everything, give me Revelations 2 and 9. You know when I say Jewish people, what I'm talking about? The people who are Jewish. They the white men with the little hats and stuff on their head. They own everything. They own social media, they own Hollywood, they own the music industry, they own the prison system. Those white Jewish people own it. They took our nationality, put us on slave ship. They matter of fact, they are the ones who sponsored and they financed the slave ships to go back and forth. And when they came and enslaved the real Jews and beat us to a pulp after slavery, and not only after slavery, they came with the Ku Klux Klan and terrorized us another 200, 300 years, or another 100 some years and terrorized us. And after doing that, they now say that we are nothing while they plan to be us, God's chosen people. That's why they say they're Jewish. They're wishing to be us. While we at the bottom and we don't know who we are, they owning everything. Who you think own the record labels that's telling them, that's paying young black men to rap about killing one another? Who God said the enemy of our enemies are? Who you think own the television stations that's showing nothing but black exploitation? All the movies we like real good, like New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. Those movies was given to us to put a picture in, this is how y'all supposed to act. Who you think is paying Sexy Red to talk about what color her booty and coochie is? Jewish people.
I know thy works and tribulation.
It said, I know thy works and thy tribulations. God said he know what we going through, come on.
And poverty.
And what?
Poverty.
And poverty. He knows the real Jews are in poverty. That's us. Christ said he knows this. Come on.
But thou art rich.
He said we rich because the kingdom of heaven belongs to the Israelites. We are rich in knowledge. They stole everything we got. Everything, they got the oil, the diamonds, the coffee, the tea, everything that's supposed to be ours. We're going to get it back. This is just the beginning of it. All right, come on.
And I know the blasphemy.
Blasphemy, he said, I know the lies, okay?
Of them which say they are Jews.
He knows people on earth talking about they are Jews, come on.
And are not.
He said, but they are not the real Jews. We the real Jews, but they're not going to tell us. Because if they tell us, we'll start to do what God say do, and God will start to work in our favor. When God starts to work in our favor, things will start to change on this earth. They at the top, they're going to be at the bottom. In the Bible it says, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. That's what it's talking about. Right now we're last, but at the end, we're going to be back on top. We're going to be first. But now we are suffering for the obedience we did to God. And that came from slavery. It came through the civil rights movement. From the civil rights movement to the cocaine epidemic. All right, in the late 70s, early 80s through the 90s, we was in a cocaine epidemic where black people was getting hooked on crack cocaine all across America. That was the act of God. Black men being locked up. They built a pipeline from the high school to the prisons. All right, for young black men to go from high school, and you're going to go into the prison system. You're going to go, if not into the prison system, you're going to go into that judicial system and be on some kind of form of probation or parole through before you turn the age of 23 or 25. And it was done by design. You understand? For our disobedience, it was done by design. And while you see us out here now gathering together, you see all these black men, we're waking up and we're going from city to city, we're going from state to state, from country to country, telling our people that we are these people, and if we won't change, we gotta change. And that's it. All right?
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.